Good afternoon. I'm Randy Deere, and this is the August 27th Code Enforcement and Nuisance Board meeting. And with that, I'd like Tabitha, you call to order, please.
Deere.
Yes.
Simpson.
Here.
Dearbone.
Here.
Eggleton.
Here.
Thomas.
Okay, glad you're here. I'd like to swear the staff in, please. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes. Okay. All right. Approval of the July the 23rd, 2019 minutes. Are there any corrections, deletions, additions?
I move approval.
Eggleton. Thomas. Deere.
Abstain?
Thomas.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Dearbone.
Abstain.
Eggleton.
Yes.
Okay, let's move right to the hearing agenda. We have case 1, which is parking BG 124028, parking citation. The respondent is Keenan Kimball. The officer is Michelle Owens. Is Miss Owens here? Miss Owens, would you?
She goes first, ma'am. She goes first.
She goes
then
first,
You'll
then
have
you
an
second.
opportunity.
You'll get an opportunity in a minute. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Okay. All right, Miss Owens, what do you have for us?
Yes, but I know it's parking violation up on the square. It was when I was on bike patrol. Basically, I don't recall the exact vehicle, and also it was when construction was going on. So, because we were giving conflicted information when we were on bike patrol, so basically I don't have a problem if y'all dismiss it. Because of construction, there was really no places to park. But before that, we were told to go up there and enforce the parking stuff, so. And then we were told something else, so I don't have a problem if you dismiss it.
Was this was the parking area marked at that point in time?
They're all marked, yes.
Okay.
But they were saying because, it's such a mess up there and there's really not that many places to park because of all the construction. They were just giving everybody the benefit of the doubt so they could park there. I don't know what her business was up there, business owner or whatever, because I know we also had issues with the concessions trucks too, because they were parking in spots they weren't supposed to be parking in because of the construction, and they give them a pass. So, I mean,
Did they get a ticket?
no, we were told not to ticket them.
Okay. Who wrote this latest ticket?
I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Anything else?
That's it.
Kimball? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay.
Yes, I was parked on the square that day.
Pull the
There was-
microphone down to you. There you go.
Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was parked on the square that day. I was only there about 20 minutes. However, I have parked there, I admit it, many times. I waited for a car to pull out before I pulled in. When I left, another car pulled in. And I have pictures of many cars parked there. I have pictures of the parking spot itself that can show you that the curb is not yellow. There's no yellow curb. There's no sign that says no parking. There are a few faded, like 3 faded, light yellow going crisscross, but it's not a yellow curb or anything. And there's a motorcycle parked there right at this moment. And I came out and got the ticket, and like she said, with the construction, you can't tell where anything was. And I have pictures of the construction workers that day, if you want to see that, and the sidewalk, which every parking space has a red cone, which used to mean no parking, but it's full, it's all parked there. I mean, people are parked down there right now with red cones in front of them. But I just didn't feel that it was a no parking spot to begin with or without construction, because there's no sign, no yellow.
In your appeal, you mentioned that you had parked there before. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I did. I haven't since. I have before. Here is the Here's the best picture I just took a moment ago. I just took that, excuse me, I fell down your parking lot, and I have to go get stitches. I have more pictures if you want to see them.
I make a motion, we dismiss the citation and the fine.
Second.
Okay?
Thomas, Simpson, Deere,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it. I'm sorry to take your time.
Okay, moving on, case 2, case 2019-2673, citation number 2019-5125.6, 1302 Eastland Street. The owner is Nick Wilkins, Officer Brad Chargarowski.
This case is the result of a roaming inspection that was conducted on the 10th of April of this year. During the inspection, I noted that there was inadequate protective treatment on multiple exterior surfaces of the main dwelling, including significant peeling, flaking, and chipping of paint. A notice of violation was sent to the PVA-listed owner and address on that date with a compliance re-inspection date of the 10th of May of 2019. On the screen in front of you, you'll see the pictures from that date when the notice of violation was sent. On the 23rd of April, Mr. Wilkins called into our offices leaving his information and a request to speak with me. We were finally able to touch base on the 24th. Mr. Wilkins asked for an extension to come into compliance. We had a cordial conversation during which I explained our enforcement process and the normal policy governing extensions, and that I'd be happy to work with him as he brings the property into compliance, but that I need to show progress to allow extensions in 7 to 10 day increments as the case progresses. Mr. Wilkins understood the process and said he would get to work to fix the violations right away. On the 24th of May, I re-inspected and found the property was still in violation with no positive changes having been made. I contacted Mr. Wilkins by phone, and he stated he had hired a contractor and was hoping that that contractor would start work within the next 2 weeks, hopefully sooner. I thanked him for this good news and explained I would extend the case 2 weeks on my schedule and re-inspect at that time to verify that progress had been made. On the 7th of June, I re-inspected and found that the property remained in violation with no positive changes having been made. Due to the recent rain, at that time, I had automatically extended the case another 2 weeks as a courtesy in hopes of voluntary compliance or any sort of contact from the property owner. On the 21st, I re-inspected and found the property remained in violation, again with no positive changes having been made. I called Mr. Wilkins to find out why and reached his answering service, which I left a message with and did not get a call back. On the 26th of June, I re-inspected and found that the property again remained in violation and no positive changes having been made. I again called Mr. Wilkins and explained that I had not heard from him for over a month and the property remained in violation. He said that his contractor was delayed and it could be several more weeks before work might begin, but that if work did not start in the next 2 weeks, he would just do it himself. I explained I cannot continue to extend the case without documenting progress and asked for the name and phone number of the contractor to verify the situation, which Mr. Wilkins was not able to provide to me on that phone call. 2 weeks later, on the 11th of July, I re-inspected and again found the property was in violation with no positive changes having been made, and there was no contact from the property owner. On the 17th of July, which was 69 days into the case, I re-inspected and found that the property remained in violation with no positive changes, and there was still no communication from Mr. Wilkins. Due to exhausting all attempts at voluntary compliance, a citation was issued on that date and posted on the property, as well as sent by first-class mail and certified mail to the PVA-listed owner and address. The compliance date listed on the citation was the 29th of July, which has since been postponed due to the filed appeal. The citation also included duty of maintenance of private property, which was not on the initial notice of violation. On the screens in front of you, you will see the pictures from when the citation was issued and posted on the property. You'll see the peeling and flaking, chipping paint that remained around the exterior of the property, the columns, areas of decaying wood, exposed wood with no protective treatment. As of today, the case has been open for 138 days and the property remains in violation. As you'll see from the pictures attached, there remains areas that are not covered by paint or protective treatment, areas of decaying wood on columns and the front and sides of the structure. Staff's request, due to the time that was expended and the effort to work with the property owner to gain voluntary compliance, that the filed appeal is based on circumstances stated from the property owner from last year, which were never discussed throughout the duration of the current case, and the property was in violation when the citation was issued. So we request that the citation and fine be upheld.
Wilkins? State your name, please.
Wilkins.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
This stems back in the very first part of the citation. I hired a painter, and this was back, I told him it needed to be painted before, winter set in, because at that time, there was about a 2-month period there where you have to have a 60-degree surface temperature in order for paint to stay. I did hire this gentleman, and probably a very poor decision on my part. However, I had done a little research and knew he was a decent painter. But I gave him a $2,000 deposit and asked him not to cash the check until I transferred the money over the next day. However, he did, which bounced that checking account. I did call him and didn't get in touch with him. I did call him again a couple weeks later. Upon talking to him, he goes, "I'm in no condition right now to talk to you." So the $2,000, it was one of the biggest problems that I have, is not following through in a timely manner as requested. You can tell now since then there already has been some progress done on the house. We have scraped it in certain areas, and actually I have hired another gentleman who starts tomorrow to paint the house. All during this process, I was in process of moving my business. After 31 years, I was teaching full-time at Western and in a camp, and so the time value was, I was just super, super busy. I am self-employed. I have zero insurance. I have no health insurance. I'm still paying for cancer surgery from a medical center per month and have been for 7 years. So the financial situation, $2,000 is a lot of money to me. $2 is a lot of money to me. So that's what the delay was. I still haven't gotten my money. I have contacted an attorney, and that's in the process, but that is not your problem, I understand. But I do have a gentleman that I spoke with him today, and he is starting tomorrow, and I'd be glad to give you folks his name. I've got it on my phone. But anyway, he's been by, I've met with him, we've discussed it all, what's going to be done, and I am not painting the windows. I'm getting replacement windows, and that will be at least a month. So that's where I stand on it.
Sir, do you believe that you can have this work done within a 30-day time frame?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Is this a rental?
No, sir, I own the home. Yes, sir.
You said the check bounced. Did they take $2,000 out of your account?
No, they covered the check, but I had to pay the fee, the $35 fee.
But you're not out $2,000?
Yeah, I'm out $2,000. I mean, he had $2,000, and I have nothing to show for it.
You took off with your $2,000?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand what we're talking about here, don't you?
I understand. I mean,
Yeah,
you know, I'm sure it's an eyesore to the public. I definitely understand. I'm just saying, as an individual and a guy that's scraping to get by, I had to move the business, after 31 years. That took time, and I started back long before they even came out to see this house, talking about I've contacted people that were supposed to come by and give me estimates, of which never got back with me. I can name, there was 4 of them, actually. So yeah, I do understand.
Who is the man that you've got that's going to be painting tomorrow? What's
His name is Munoz. He was recommended by Tad Donnelly. He does a lot of his work. He does some work for Robert Reynolds. He's a reputable fella, and he's got 3 staff members that work with him. So I don't see any problem that is, barring weather, which I don't think that's going to make a difference in 30 days, that it would not be painted. Now, as far as getting replacement windows, that I hope will be done in 30 days too. I will try my best.
Brad, you've got a note down here that this goes back beyond this year to next. Could you explain that?
On the appeal form, which you'll see on the next page after that, there's a copy of the citation and then a copy of the appeal form that was submitted by Mr. Wilkins. And on his appeal form, he explains the situation that he just did here in person as well, about the $2,000 and the other gentleman taking that and running, which we never discussed anywhere throughout our conversations or interactions or anything. So
Mr. Wilkins, considering that, why did you never tell Brad about your situation? That way, at least he knew about it as going through that process.
I don't really have any particular answer why I didn't tell him. I was trying to work out the problem myself so that the gentleman would paint my house, and I wouldn't have to worry about finding someone else. And yes, I have started it. I have no business on a ladder, so therefore I did not finish painting the house, but I did get up and scrape it, and I've scraped the columns out front and tried to get things started, and the gentleman will finish it from there. And I don't mind at all giving Brad his number and his cell phone number if he needs to contact him whatsoever, as long as that gentleman's okay with it.
So approximately how long it's been in this condition? Because, this is not something that happens in a year. It looks like maybe over a few years' period of time.
Oh, it's probably been a year, maybe a year at least, yes. Mm-hmm. There again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a rich man, and when I gave the gentleman the money, which was quite some time ago, I do not have the copy of the check, but it was in November, as I recall. So that's been quite a while since I gave them, and I said I would like to get this painted before winter sets in, and he assured me that he would. He did a little bit of scraping. He pressure washed one downspout on a gutter, and that's all he did. He still has a pressure washer, 3 ladders, and a box of some painting supplies in my carport, and has never contacted me other than me contacting him and him telling me that he wasn't in a situation that he could talk to me at that time.
But Mr. Wilkins, you understand what we like in our community, and you understand that. And my thought process that you're a good citizen, as I know you, and this is for the board's point. Money's not important as far as recovery is concerned, but when a man comes in or a woman comes in and tells us they've been sick and some other things, number one, that's excuses, which I don't particularly like, but I understand it. I understand that. And if you tell us that you're going to have this corrected in 30 days, I'd make a motion that we drop the fine and whatever the word is for the last part there.
Well, we need a motion to extend the case for 30 days, wouldn't we?
Okay. Well, do it.
Yeah. So, and I agree, Delay,
Okay.
so.
Disregard what I just said, we're going to do another thing. Go ahead.
Well, then I concur with Mr. Simpson in that we will extend this case for 30 days until our next, when's our next
It
meeting?
is September 24th.
Until September the 24th, at that time when Officer Chargarowski will let us know where we are with this, and at that point in time, we'll make a final decision.
Okay, so you're not waiving the fine today then?
We're not waiving anything today. We're extending the case for, until our next meeting, which would be on September 24th.
Correct.
So
But we have a
what you're saying
motion.
is
There's a
that
motion.
there's still a possibility, even in 30 days when it's completely painted, that I still have to pay the $154?
That's correct. It could be. It's a very subjective on this board's part based upon Officer Charowski brings to us, just as it is today.
Okay,
So we're giving you an extra 30 days to get this cleaned up.
all right, thank you very much.
Okay.
The second. Okay. So Deere
Yes.
and Dearbone. Deere,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas.
Okay. Case number 3. Case 2019-6262, citation 2019-11392, 1722 Chestnut Street. Owner Robert Williams, Officer Matt Powell. Is Officer Powell here? Okay.
He's not here. It stands as written. And that may disappoint Mr. Powell. He may want to testify, but,
You don't have to.
I think it's necessary.
There's no, it's not necessary.
Right.
there's probably another reason. I believe the legislature has also changed this that would put this in Public Works. I don't know if y'all have gotten there yet about, it would just fall completely under your purview, but you did the right thing, I think, in issuing a citation. I think it stands as written unless Mr. Williams.
So case number 3 stands as written.
No motion needed.
Very good. Thank you, sir. All right. Any old business before the board? Any new business before the board? Comments, announcements, anyone?
I think we need to think about this.
Put it on the comments there.
Can you come up here for a minute, please?
This guy spent $8,000. He's got it correct.
Well, he did, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and I think we need to go back and do something else.
Well, okay. Do you think he's corrected it? I mean,
Well, that's what.
That's what. That's
Did
what
he
they said.
correct it?
The painting one or the Public Works citation?
Public Works.
According to the summary here, it has been corrected, but unfortunately, according to state law, to my understanding, it stands as written. If he appealed the citation and did not show up for the meeting, then it has to stand as written, even if it's been corrected.
I don't disagree that that's the black letter of the law. But if it's been corrected to their satisfaction, I think the board can take whatever action they want to take.
So based upon where we are today, I want to, we have a close meeting. I want to go ahead and go into this for 1 month.
That makes sense, delaying it, but we're not gonna, uphold the fine at all at this point in time.
And with good reason, based upon what you showed me, that's not a document I've seen. I apologize, or I would have called it to your attention.
Okay, so we're,
Close the meeting?
No. I make a motion we delay the decision on this for 30 days. Or
The
until-
September
or
24th?
until the next meeting.
okay,
Second?
okay. Thomas, Eggleton, Deer,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas.
Yes.
He may have been told that it was all done, and I think we need to make sure we get in touch with him so he is here next time.
That's the property next to the president's home on Chestnut Street. It's an apartment complex there to kind of put it in perspective for you. President's home, the old sublet property, and then the apartments.
Okay, do we need to go in closed session?
Yes, and it's for really instructional purposes and matters that would affect our procedure, so.
So move.
Okay, so we need to close this meeting first.
Make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Thomas, Dearbone, Deer,
Yes.
Simpson,
Yes.
Dearbone,
Yes.
Eggleton,
Yes.
Thomas.
Okay, thank you.